Welcome. Thank you for being here in the started late. the allure of Michael Andretti'S World GP, which I guess is that like general practitioner. This is like a medical game. Hey, Mike Van Helder. Hey, how are you? Not even sure I knew this game existed. I did not know this game existed. I went and I bought this game. I bought a few games from somebody local off of Facebook Marketplace, and he had this game there, and it was cheap, so I ended up just picking it up too, because why not? So we'll see. Oh, the mic's a little quiet, or the music is loud. The music could be loud. Or maybe I'm not talking loudly enough. Hey, Michelle, how are you? The music could be loud. I could turn that down, or I could turn up my mic. The music is also terrible from what I can tell already. The music is loud. Okay, let me lower this a little bit here. Beep, beep, boop, boop. Alright, let's turn that down a little bit. How's that? Hey, Oak City, how are you? You guys just started streaming. I haven't seen your stream yet, but it's in my watch list. Hope you're enjoying the streaming life. Hey, John Early, hi, how are you? Is the audio better? Is the audio better now, Michelle and Adam? I bumped it down a little bit, and I can bump my mic up a little bit too. Okay. Awesome. Great. I can adjust as we need to. It's kind of weird because, I don't know, from game to game, you know, like the audio levels, I didn't change them since last week, and you know, seems fine, but it's usually a train wreck of a stream, Oak City. You mean because of like the technical stuff, like getting it started? It can, the first few streams, like the first like month and a half of streams are usually like a trial and error. Even now, I have like a nice camera, and like last week I noticed that it was all like pixelated. I don't know how you guys are seeing it, but I had to change some settings, and hopefully it looks better this week. But it turns out that the camera may have been adjusting things on the fly, and that was causing it to like pixelate, and I don't know. I can't even figure it out. If I can get through a stream without a technical problem, then I'm happy. But yeah, I'm happy to give you guys some advice, or check things out and see what your problems are, and see if I can offer some suggestions on that stuff. There's supposedly a way to automate like your OBS settings if you have OBS Studio 24 and like an Intel processor. Like there's certain, and you need a GPU and all this other stuff. There's like a software program that will like actually determine what settings you need based off of your hardware. But I can't do that with my current computer. So anyway, happy Wednesday, everyone. Happy to see you. Sorry to get a late start. We had really terrible service at Friendly's tonight, which I'm sure sounds astonishing to you, but it wasn't even that it was terrible. It was like the food was slow, which maybe they can't do anything about that. But our server was really strange, and by the end of the night, we thought maybe he was just a robot constantly running the same like protocols, when without really thinking what he was saying. because he didn't really react. Like, it didn't sound like he was actually hearing us or interacting like a human being would. It just seemed like he was just running different like programs or something. Anyway, it was very strange. He was definitely running on automatic, and he told us that he was tomorrow's his last day because he's going back to college, and like I think he's already checked out. So maybe it's a robot program not to know that he's a robot. So he's a Philip K. Dick robot, you know. I didn't ask to see if I could ask if he has any like tape in his chest or anything like that, you know, running programs. That's how you get through interacting with people too. Well, you better update your protocols because you're heading to Dragon Con. So yeah, so in Disney and Sony. Yep. All right. Anyway, let me get started. So I have no idea what this game is. A racing game. I looked at the manual. It looks pretty straightforward. From what I hear, it's actually supposed to be pretty good, at least pretty different in the way that it implements like the racing. Having a two-player mode is kind of cool. I'm gonna jump into the practice mode and see. Hi, my cat is trying to get up here. If you start screeching about Spider-Man, you're never gonna stop. Yeah, I'm hoping that they're gonna resolve things. Brazil. Can I even select a different course? Oh, I can. Interesting. I'm just gonna go with Brazil, I guess. Hi. Hey, Lit Gaming. How you doing? Good evening. Okay. It seems like most people have not heard of this game before. Machine select. I think I want the automatic, or do I want to shift? I'm gonna get this pretty blue car. You've been doing art all evening, painting a tiny portrait of your friend's lizard. I think I know that friend, and I think I know that lizard. At least by reputation. Unless you have many friends with many lizards. Alright, I really need to play Lizard on NES at some point. Even your boy's homeschooling doesn't follow the news who's talking about the Disney Sony Spider-Man deal. That's true. Yeah, oh, that's a good point. I didn't realize that you painted. That's pretty cool. Are you using acrylics? Alright, let's see how this goes. Wow, look at that. That's not completely crappy pixel art right there. The Grand Prix. I have no idea who Michael Andretti is. I guess he's a person, like an actual like racer. Yeah, you have many friends with many lizards, Mike. That's true. Okay, the Grand Prix season starts with this very simple course. Alright, so I have to go around it. This is a sharp curve into a straightaway. Enter at 160 kph, but prepare to slow to 100 kph. I'm going to totally remember all of that. Hey, Christopher. You can confirm he is a person. Good. I tried to Google him. Oh, student acrylics. Very nice, Michelle. I should try acrylics. I did oil painting in college, and oil was interesting to work with. I think I might enjoy acrylics more. I did some watercolor when I was a kid, you know, like everyone does. You're too busy, Oak City? Oh, thank you, sir. You heading off? Thanks for popping in. Your car will swing out while running. I shouldn't be streaming either. I have a lot of stuff to do. Don't steer, just shift down. I suddenly got like a deadline dropped into my lap, and then a new project also dropped into my lap. So now I'm going to be busy writing for the next month, which is a good problem to have. Oh, thanks, Oak City. That's awesome. I appreciate it. Don't steer, just shift down. You're giving me all these tips that I don't know what they mean. Okay. I'm just going to play this like I play Mario Kart. Let's see if that works. After you clear the... maybe better. Maybe worse than I play Mario Kart. After you clear the corner, reduce your speed to prepare for the next sharp bend. He's giving me actual, like, tips. Good luck. Yeah, this is the practice course, so it's kind of neat. Well... yeah, never seen that in a racing game, because I was about to say, like, Mike Tyson's Punch-Out, you get tips, right? Okay, this is really not helpful. How you're on my arm. Okay. Alright, let's see how this goes. Alright, this looks interesting. It's pretty good. Okay. It's weird that, like, half the screen is taken up by the map. Whoa, okay. But I guess they wouldn't really show much else there, honestly. The fact that it tells you when the curves are coming is kind of neat too. Okay. It's like Rad Racer, only a little different. Okay, so I can shift my gears with up and down. Oh, and I spun out. Okay. Oh, that's not good. What happened? Did my tires burn out? Oh, I think my tires burned out. Oh no, wait. I need to do... Oh, okay, you can only start at first gear. Got it. This is going great. This is just a practice mode. Nope. What the? I have to make a U-turn? This is giving me like Google Maps directions. Like, make a U-turn. Like, I don't think I can actually make a U-turn there, Google Maps. Alright, these are interesting controls. I'm not sure I like this. I know one of the cars has automatic transmission, so I don't have to shift gears. I should go with that. I cannot get back on the track. Why can I not get back on the track? Come on. Okay. This is great. Okay. Music or anything. So I guess if it's a two-player, then the other player would be on the top, which is actually kind of interesting. Is there any other racing game on the NES that does that? Spin out. Did not do that. Come on, get back on the track. Michael Andretti's gonna be so disappointed in me. Come on. Get on the track. Get on the track. Oh, you have to kind of tap the... That's a little weird. Sorry, I'll get back to the chat in a second here. I'm just busy sucking right now. Okay. Interesting. Oh, spinning out again. I guess I'm going too fast when I go around those curves. I wonder if Michael Andretti will tell me everything I did wrong at the end. Like right now I'm driving like somebody who doesn't even have a license. Okay, I'm not doing so hot here. There we go. I figured out how to steer. This is like the worst time anyone has ever had on this track. But look. The end is in sight. Pit. Supposed to go to the pit? I think I'm supposed to just go through. Wait, or... Oh no. Do I actually have to do multiple laps? Have I already done multiple laps? Was I supposed to go to the pit? I didn't really see the pit. It's gonna be a long night, guys. I'm sure you're all giving me like really good tips right now in the chat, right? Can I even pause? Oh, I can pause. Oh, no, wait. Oh, no, I can't pause. I just exited that thing. Alright, fine. Don't press select, guys, while you're doing that, because I'm just going to knock you out. Alright, let's see. Here we go. He's the middle one in the Andretti Racing Dynasty. It's probably better than his more famous dad, Mario. Oh, there is a Mario Andretti. Okay. That's like being Michael Douglas versus Kirk Douglas. Hello, Megadan. Oh, did I miss a stream? The mini-map is not mini. No, sir. Shift down. Can't start in third. You've played this, Michelle? Oh my gosh. Yeah, that's true, Adam. I think that this is supposed to have, like, be known for being good with the technical controls. I, too, would rather be in a hover car right now. You don't care about racing games unless your cars have guns, Mike. Okay. Oh, man. That was good for a first try. Oh, God, you have to do that 4 more times, right? T-bar's probably the tires. Don't see a fuel gauge. Okay. Yeah, that was terrible. Okay. Wait, that was the first lap? I think this game has, like, passwords and stuff, so you can... Should I try this again? How about we do 1 lap? Can I make it just do 1 lap? I don't think I can. Alright, I'm going to choose the automatic and see if that's any better. Can I not? I guess I can't adjust the number of laps. That's annoying. Now let's try that one again with this car. I can skip that. Yeah, so this is automatic, so I don't have to control the gears, which is nice. It's kind of like an easy mode, maybe. Do I just slow down or do I hit the brakes? If I hit the brakes, then I will really slow down. But if I just start to slow down, okay, okay, you spun out. Okay. That's no good. Okay, let's try that. Not having to worry about the gears is kind of helpful, I think. You never realize how much you really depend on, like, Lackadoo, some dude in a cloud to come and carry you back onto the track when you go off it. Okay. It's tricky, like, knowing when I'm supposed to slow down. But man, you'd think hitting select knocks me out of the thing. Can I actually just, like, I don't know if there's an actual pause. Or if select just exits you out. Seemed rather abrupt, is all. Are there actually going to be other cars on the track? Like, I don't know how you could fit, like, anybody else on this track. Maybe it only does this for the practice mode. Maybe the actual, I don't know how to get into the pit. Okay. Moving on. Maybe in the actual game mode, that map isn't so gigantic. I'm not sure how much they can really expand the real estate here. Expand. Okay. So that's counting down the number of laps I have left, not the lap that I'm on, right? So my tires are going to be screwed up pretty soon, and I don't know if I can get them replaced. Because I don't know how to get to the pit. Excruciating. Like, it feels like it's probably playable and I'm just terrible at it. Alright, straight away for a little bit here. Go all out. That is an unsafe speed, sir. Oh, slow down, slow down, slow down, slow down. Well, my tires are doing better or worse? Is more red good or bad? Do I really have to do this like 4 more times? That seems unfair. I think I'm running out of red on the tires, and it's probably a bad thing. I'm gonna try pausing. Okay, I can pause. Alright. Reminds me of pole position. Red is always bad. The tires are bad. High speed is bad. The gear is bad. The track is bad. The racing is bad. Yep, that about sums it all up. Oh god. Okay, get back on the track. Go. Alright. How do I get into the pit? Oh. No. Oh. What do I do there? How do I do that? I did look at the manual, but I don't remember it saying anything about how to get into the pit. Yeah, so it's counting down the laps, which is weird. Like, why would it not tell me which lap I'm on, as opposed to how many I have to go? It feels a little weird to me. But also, this is a long practice track. I mean, I guess it's the real track. This is the one I'd be on in a race, but... Oh man, this isn't fun for anyone, is it? Okay. Oh god, no. Well, I hope you're all having a good night. Whatever you happen to be doing, or a good day, wherever you happen to be. It's only Wednesday. It already feels like it's been a long week, though, if you ask me. Just today feels like it was like a month in terms of, you know, the news. Just like a month of bad news in one day. Oh my gosh. Alright, I'm gonna see this stupid track through to the end. To the bitter, bitter end. So it's calculating my time for each loop. Each lap, excuse me, to use the correct racing jargon. Did they ever do like a Cars game, like Pixar's Cars game that's actually like just a racing game? I'm assuming there are Cars games, and if so, if racing isn't part of them, then that's probably a gross injustice. But I don't know what else they could make them. I mean, it wouldn't be a platformer. You never really know. Depends on who made it. Come on, get back on the track. Go, go, go. Oh my gosh. Like, I feel like even if I were good at this, I don't know if I would be having fun with it. If I was just like, it's not like Mario Kart, that's for sure. I mean, I'm alone on the track, so we'll have to see what a real race is like. How do I get to the pit? That's not how you get to the pit, is it? Okay. Well, my tires are totally screwed up right now. So, I think we're in trouble here. For some reason this feels like a mashup of like Rad Racer and RC Pro-Am. But I think I enjoy RC Pro-Am more. RC program, which I used to have as a kid. I think I'd picked it up to some kind of trade, and then at another point I traded it for Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and I think I got the wrong end of that stick. But I do mean to go back and finish Ninja Turtles at some point. Alright, this is just a straightaway, so I'm going to pause for a second. Game is not interesting, yep. My tires are shot, I know. How do I get to the pit? I know I need to get to the pit. I don't know how to make it to the pit. It feels like a mashup of the dentist. A trip to the dentist and watching grass grow. Yeah, I don't know how to get to the pit. Next time the pit thing flashes up, I'll see what I can do. Or maybe I need to look at the manual and figure out how to do that. Yeah, this is why this is just gonna keep spinning out because I have no tires. All right, let's. I think the pit shows up towards the end there by the finish already. Okay, this is just gonna keep happening. I'll never be able to get out of first gear. Probably. Oh man, these tires. Alright, let's see if we can figure out how to get to the pit stop. Oh, I'm not gonna make it around that corner. Are you kidding me? Okay. Let's just say, okay, how do I do this? Ah, okay, you just kind of steer over as soon as you see that, I guess. I did get this from someone local. I mean, it was like a few dollars. Did I wrong them? I mean, I got a bunch of other games. I got Mystical Quest, and what else did I get? I got a few other games. But again, this was just like kind of thrown into it because it was cheap and nobody else wanted it. This honestly is not like the worst racing game I've played. Alright, I've got tires now, so that's nice. I mean, I'd still say this is like better than Bigfoot. Oh, whoa, I wasn't paying attention to the road there, okay. So what I'm gonna say is, I think after this, we'll get chastised by Michael Andretti, and then I'll try a real race and see how that differs, and then you guys. So I had been thinking of playing some more Blaster Master. I've been trying to finish that game, but I've taken a break from it for a while, so I'm a little bit rusty on even as far as I've gotten in it. But if you guys have something else you'd like me to play, then let me know, because I'm also open to just playing something else. Because I don't think this is going to keep me going for very, very long. Ugh, I'm going to start losing subscribers here. Up, you're almost there. This is the longest race, like seriously the longest race. And yeah, I think the manual said that you get passwords because there's there's like 16 tracks, and if there's 16 tracks with like 5 laps like this, some of those maps looked really long too. So, ugh, no thank you. I'm just gonna go over here to the pit. So basically the pit, you just like veer off the road. Blaster Master. Yeah, Blaster Master is a much better racing game. Although, I tried playing, so I got the PlayStation Classic and I modded it. I ran the little software thing, and I installed that Blaster Master game that was on the PlayStation 1. It's like a first-person Blaster Master game. It's really weird. Alright, so I was pretty much consistently bad through that whole thing. 12 minutes. Good lord. Alright. Pure racing games were really tough in the NES era. Yeah, I agree with you, Adam. I think it's good at what it does. It's like, I think I actually did see somebody like describe it as like a really good like racing simulator. And so in that sense, like, good job, guys. You know, but man. I'm just gonna pop into the Grand Prix mode because I'm interested in seeing how that's different from what we just did. What? Oh, so if I had a password, I could do continue. Really? Michelle Alboreta. 4 rounds. Okay. Choose my machine. Oh, I guess I have to just use the machine. Is this practice again? It says level 1 practice your machine. Oh, there it goes. In the actual game mode? That'd be pretty funny. Huh. Like a full minute less than what I was able to do. No, it's basically the same. The fact that you have to shift the gear, I don't know. So this is basically the same thing that I just did. So also, like, so it's a race, but I'm the only car on the track, so what? It's weird, right? I don't think, and I've got to, again, I have to get through 5 laps. So this doesn't seem any different from the practice mode. Except I think I need to beat a minute 30 in order to qualify. Is that how that works? I'm not doing this. I'm not doing that. I'm done. Select. Racing games are fun when you can tune and customize the cars and music's good when the track looks good. That might be my qualifying one. Yeah, I'm not doing this again. Did not qualify. That's fine. That's fine. I don't care. Whew. 11 o'clock. All right. So Blaster Master. Let's try that. Yeah? Wow. Well, thanks for bearing with me. Let's switch to something with a little bit more action. Okay, hold on. I'll be right back. Yeah, I like racing games that feel fun. F-Zero, Need for Speed Rad Racer. Yeah, totally. This was not fun. I don't know if I properly conveyed that to you, the viewer, but that was not remotely fun. Okay. Let's see. Not this. Do I have Blaster Master on here? I don't think I do. That's okay. The N64 had Beetle Adventure Racing. I don't know that game. I will check that out. Does the audio sound okay to you again here? Because now it feels like it's too low, but I don't know. If the audio sounds okay compared to my voice, then let me know. Audio's great? Awesome. Yeah, I don't know why the settings changed. So I'm a little rusty here. I've only gotten through Area 4, I think, or to Area 4. You guys, have any of you guys beaten this? Because I might need some help later on. Well, let's see how we do. I haven't played this in a while, and I was in fact playing this on the Switch, actually, the NES Switch Online, a little bit because I figured I could use the save states just to kind of mark my progress. But the controls are actually tricky on the Switch because of you need to hit select to get out of your ship like this. And that's really hard to do on the Switch, unless I use a certain controller. So hopefully I remember my way through these mazes. never be in this. Oh, ouch. Yeah, I did this for NES Alphanumeric a while back, and since then I've come back to it and gotten a bit farther. Some of the bosses are kind of tricky. Like the boss in, I think, 3, which I have gotten past, was very hard to get through unless I had maxed out my items, and even then. I really wish you could shoot diagonally in this. I don't think Jason did get his no death run on this. Are there any contemporary vehicle platformers? Contemporary. No, I mean there's like Blaster Master Zero, but that's just like a remake of this. Metroids. Is this where I need to go? Let's see. Really good music though. Oh, look at those. Can I use those? Yes, I can. Okay. Yeah, I don't think he did his no death run, but he got pretty far. He was doing really well in it. It's one of the reasons why I finally decided to get back to the game, because it was definitely fun. There should be more vehicle. I mean, I guess there's some games like some of like MMOs, or the co-op games where you're like in a mech. I guess it wasn't like Titan something like that. J-Love, how are you? How's it going? I saw you've been busy lately. Yeah, I played Michael Andretti'S World GP for a little bit, and it was pretty tedious, and I was terrible at it. So I've switched over to Blaster Master, which maybe I should update my stream title, but then I'll probably mess something up. So whatever. Is it down here? I always forget where the underwater area is. You're at work 12 hours, good lord. Titanfall, yeah. No, okay, you're thinking of platformers. Yeah. Oh, by the way, everyone, Adam, you should talk about your game. So Adam's game just came out. Adam worked on Remnant, which looks pretty cool. I'm tempted to, I may pick it up. I'm not sure it's like my kind of thing really, but anyway, talk about it, Adam. Take it away. Yeah, Michael Andretti'S F1 car looks a little different, right, Cabot? Yeah, it was a terrible game. You can watch me slog through the practice levels and watch the misery on my face, and I decided to switch to this. Yeah. Oh, you wrote the lore too. Very cool. Remnant from the Ashes. Yeah, it looks really neat. Stupid guns. Cooperative action RPG. Oops, oh crap. Don't read the chat while you're fighting, okay. Yeah, so I was wondering though if I could do like single player on it. And of course I'm wondering if it's gonna come out on the Switch. But yeah, it looks really neat. But if the single player mode is a viable thing, I'll probably check it out. Although it would be probably fun to play that with Cora as well. I think it's like $30 or something, which isn't terrible. Especially considering how much, games cost these days. Hey DJ, how you doing? I can play Remnant solo. So the other question I have for you, Adam, and this is a total noob question because I have no idea how this works in game design, but like, do you get any sort of like royalties or additional payments if the game sells well, or was it strictly like a work for hire kind of thing where you get paid once and then that's it? Because I'd love to pick it up, especially if it's going to support you. Because I guess I know people who write for games, but like I don't know anyone I think who's written like quite that, like such a large percentage of the game where it's kind of your thing. So no royalties. Game writing's almost always work for hire. Yeah. Okay. Looks very stylish and dark though. Oh, no. Oh my god. Oh wait, I have missiles, don't I? I always forget. Sometimes I forget how to play these games. And it's been a while. It really has been a while. But this is so much better to play on an actual NES or even an ABS, the right controllers, than it does on the Switch for sure. Like if I use the NES controller on the Switch, it's not bad. But in portable mode, I've actually been using the NES Switch controller as the left Joy-Con, and that's actually worked pretty well because the select button actually is pretty close to where it needs to be in order to be playable. Described as Dark Souls with guns. Interesting. Yeah, the WGA has a special interest group for media writing. SIFWA does as well. Yeah, exactly. Work on a model contract for game writing. Oh, okay. Yeah, I haven't been following all that. Oh, nice. Izanami's Choice. Yeah. I only get royalties on Faircoin and Quantum Coin, the ebooks, and actually those have been paying out a little bit. Enough to buy a game once in a while for sure. Everything else has been work for hire. Alright, how do I do this thing again? This is one of the ones you can spam, but I'm not going to do that. This one you just have to be slow. It's kind of rough. Got him. Yay. Hey Michelle, this is Blaster Master. Much better than Michael Andretti's World GP. Oh, interesting. Interviewed Kat. Yeah, she's awesome. She was in my Climber West class. One of my more prominent classmates. Really sucks about Game Informer news, by the way. I guess that was today too. It feels like there was so much news today, and I couldn't keep track of like everything. All right, so I have the thing. I have these pretty shots. Like you can point diagonally, so why can't you shoot diagonally? I want to play Blaster Master 0, but I'm not going to do that until I play the original game all the way through. Not funny that way. That's why I didn't want to play Metroid Zero Mission. I guess I don't want to go that way anyhow. Whoop. guess I should update. Can a mod update the description of the game that I'm playing? I feel like you can. If one of you can and wants to try, just add like a little plus sign to the end of the thing and add Blaster Master to the title, like in lowercase letters. That's kind of how I do it. But if you can't, then don't worry about it. Like, I just don't want to try to. I don't want to try to do it and like mess up my stream, because that's exactly what would happen. Some of the CYOA apps do give royalties, yeah. Yeah, you know, I've been thinking about, I love how bobbly everything is in this. I've been thinking about pitching a choice of games thing at some point, just because I think it would be fun, you know, and I've kind of wanted to write a Choose Your Own Adventure since I was a kid, but I'm not going to have time probably until... I actually don't know when my second deadline is going to be, but probably like maybe January. I don't know, December or January. So what? Are you kidding? Oh, wow. So weird. I didn't know that would happen. I guess nobody's ever paused that before. Whoop. I guess I can just avoid these, or I could run into them. That works too. Oh, great. Like, this game has really good controls, but it's a little bit slippery sometimes. Plus, there's like slow down. Okay. Ow! Area 2. Oh no. Oh. Second here. Are those middle Navis? They do look like middle Navis. Hey, listen, I'm gonna kill you. Yeah. Anyway, check out Remnant. What is it? After the Ashes. I'm gonna look into that. Do you happen to know if they're planning a Switch release? Maybe you can't say, because if it's coming after the Switch, I'll probably wait for that. Honestly, I don't want to get for a PC, and I could play it on the Xbox, but if I get on the Xbox, I'll probably never think to play it. Not that I play all my Switch games, mind you. Oh gosh. Okay. I hate these areas where the things are falling on you. Oh no! Oh no! Oh, why did I jump out of the ship? Nuts. That's why I jumped out of the ship. Oh, man, that's annoying. Yeah. I mean, they'll probably do a Switch version if they can. Everybody wants to do a Switch version. Everybody wants to play everything on the Switch. Myself included. Ori and the Blind Forest is coming on the Switch, which is great. I think we only have it on Steam, and I think we got it on sale, so that's enough justification to get it on Switch when it comes out, especially if Limited Run Games ends up doing a physical release, which I assume they're interested in doing, and possibly they'll make that happen. So that would be great, because I've definitely wanted to play that since I saw Adam play through it, and I feel like now I actually, like, it's kind of stupid, but I was holding off on playing a lot of Metroidvanias until I actually played Super Metroid. So I'm gonna do Symphony 2, but I've played a bunch of the Castlevania Metroidvania type games on the GB and the DS, so it's a little less of a concern. But I have not finished Symphony of the Night, so I definitely want to finish that at some point. I think I'm going the right way. get continues in this, but not a lot. Oh, okay. So one thing is when you jump out of the ship, if you get injured, when you jump back into the ship, I always call it a ship, you regain your health, so that's pretty nice. Anyway, I hope the Remnant sales have been good. It's also kind of funny because like Remnant is the name of the world that I've been writing in for Ruby, so there's always like I've been having a moment of like, whoa, Remnant. That's right. So it's like when you play it, you're in different like worlds. It's like 4 different worlds, right? And when you play with your friends, you enter their world. Is that how that works? It's pretty neat. Or am I thinking of another game that I just read about? Sid Meier gets it. Yeah, I think you're right. So this thing, I think I have to go up to the left here. All the way up to the left. I don't think this is the one where I need to go and get all the items to proceed. More Steam reviews in 24 hours than Torment did in 3 years. Wow, that's actually impressive. Hopefully they're good ones. Hopefully they're good reviews. It looked like there were a few different articles about it too that I saw coming out. So now these maps, I have not used any walkthroughs on this game yet. I have just found my way through them the hard way, the slow and hard way. So I just sort of remember them now. At least I think I do. This is way better than Metal Mech, by the way, in case anyone was wondering. Yeah, really, even though I can play this on the Switch online, like nothing really beats playing it on hardware, on like an actual console. Ooh, oh crap, don't go in there. I think I have to go up here. I love that these little castles look like Castle Grayskull. Wait, is this where I want to be? Sure, this is actually where I want to be. That's not good. It's going very poorly, in fact. Oh, there we go. Okay, these are just all power-ups. I was also wondering if oops, Remnant was getting like a physical release. I guess I was not supposed to. I didn't have to go in there. I think it's up here. Oh, there we go. The 1619 project, review the 1619 project came out this week. They make a compelling argument that the freelance model is a legacy of slavery. I should check that out. I saw that. It sounded interesting. Project. Legacy of slavery. Huh. I'd be careful making that kind of a statement, but if they've got some evidence, be happy to read it. Ah, no. my kid knows not to go in the lava. Okay. It's like evil ladybugs. Am I going the right way? I don't remember this section. Definitely dangers of being taken advantage of in freelancing. Yeah. I actually need to chase down a payment myself right now. The problem is I'm so bad about freelancing, and like the freelancing isn't... I'm bad about billing, and the freelancing isn't my main income, so I always just put it off because it's not like I'm waiting for that money to pay a bill. Usually. Sometimes, but usually not. Well, it depends on the, I think I'm supposed to go up. I'm going to go over this way. I think there's some power-ups and things. If I can boost my gun's power. So if you haven't played this before, it's a little bit weird in that you can boost your gun's power in these sections here. But every time you get hit, your gun loses a level of power. So yeah, there, I just lost my weapon there, which is great. Maybe I'm supposed to go north there, and that's what takes me to the boss. So it's kind of a frustrating mechanism that's very reminiscent of Fester's Quest, which is also by Sunsoft. Have to set careful boundaries. What is and is not worth it. Yeah. Yep. And ego is a big part of it. Setting aside ego. Although I feel like anyone who's like kind of becoming successful as a writer usually has to set their ego aside unless they're massively successful. I got like my last job. Oh my gosh, I'm leaving. There's so many eyeballs in there. I edited somebody's writing because it was terrible, and it was for a proposal for a donor. And in a situation like that, you do whatever it takes to like get that donation. And it just was not well written, and apparently we were forced to like use his copy, or most of his copy anyway, because apparently like his feelings were hurt, like he like cried, and I'm like, you know what, you're not a real writer. He actually wasn't technically a real writer, or maybe I think he was a technical writer at one point, which is technically writing. But yeah, I was floored that they like put his feelings ahead of it being a good product. I can't get to that P, can I? I like it a lot more as a secondary income stream. Totally, Mike. I mean, like I like writing. I like publishing books, and I feel like I should be writing more, spec stuff, just for myself that I own the rights to. But it's also so time consuming, and there's no guarantee of success in terms of sales. That the work for hire stuff has been really nice, and I also just don't have the time right now. Like I'll make time if I have a deadline, a hard deadline, but if I don't have a deadline, then other things in life are going to swallow up my time, namely my preschooler. You've Alan Smithied a book. Oh no. Yeah, that's true. Have the leverage to say no. Yeah, that's true. I don't have to do any. I could just not write, and I'd honestly be fine. Except that I wouldn't have any work coming out, just because I have a day job, and it's, that's all I really need right now. All right, this is not where I want to be. I think I need to go all the way back to the boss. I just thought there might be like upgrades or something here that I needed. think the boss is around the corner. And I think it's the lobster thing, or the crab thing. How's he doing? He's doing pretty well. He's, you know, got his moments where he won't listen to us. But he's really smart, and he's fun. He started playing some video games, which is neat. He gets frustrated very easily at them. Going in with very low power here. I'm about to start a new school with him. I think the new school will be good for him. Oh no. Go. Run. Okay. I need, like, power-ups, like, right now. Oh god. Oh no. This is not... Yeah, oh my gosh. Oh no, I'm in trouble. Please no. Yikes. Oh no. Oh no. Oh man, I'm doomed. Yikes. Oh. Come on. Oh no. Yeah. Thought there was like a slight chance I might survive that, but no. Yeah, this is better if I have a longer range weapon. Yeah, the bombs don't work on this thing. Remember that you can actually like hit those shots. Oh, just got hit, so I probably would have died anyway. Oops. Oh no! Oh no! Ah, crap. That's rough. Hey, Captain Algebra. This is not Michael Andretti's World GP. Darn it. Well, that's disappointing. Alright. I'm very rusty on this. Reedsy. I don't know anything about Reedsy. I guess that's like a sort of thing like, is that like a community publication kind of thing? Oh, good night, Michelle. Thanks for coming by. Oh, Captain Algebra, the Michael Andretti game. It was tedious. It was tedious and joyless. And I was terrible at it. But that's not why I had no joy in it. It's just not. It's not fun. It's not fun. It's not interesting. It's interesting in that. So I have seen a review of it. I think that said that it was a racing simulator, and as a racing simulator, I think it works very well. As a fun game, like an actual like racing game, I wasn't even racing anybody. There were no other cars. It was kind of like you're just doing like time trials as far. Oh crap! I'm doing poorly at this game too. Way out of practice on this. You know, like what it does pretty well. It's just there's a lot of, like Adam was pointing out, there's like a lot of like, you know, fiddly bits to it that you have to learn how to do, how to just the technical specifications of like when to downshift and when to turn and all this other stuff, which I guess is what racing is, but I'd rather play Mario Kart 8. Okay, so Reads is a service that purports to match writers, editors, designers, marketers. Okay. Yeah, just like what Adam said, right? It's a good racing simulator, but I don't know. I will not be playing that one again anytime soon. If you could even call it playing, because it didn't feel like play to me. It felt like work. So, I'm back to Blaster Master. Microsoft Flight Simulator. I always kind of wanted that, because that had like the joystick too, right? Or the support for the joystick, which always looked really cool. You could even crash entertainingly. I feel like I must have played Flight Simulator or something like it once upon a time at school, and I know it was that was the sort of thing, like you had to just make sure that you're flying level, and yeah, it was very slow too. Like you weren't really, the flying stuff was like very slow. Pole position. I don't think I've played pole position, or not much of it anyway. Anyway, I've not beaten this game before, Captain Algebra. Still been slowly working my way through it, but I've taken a long break from it because I'm playing other things. And in fact, I should continue to practice or continue to stick with Ocarina of Time, which is my main focus right now. But I also know that for the next week, in fact, the next month or so, I'm not going to have a lot of gaming time. So I'm not sure how that's going to fare. Alright, I'm not sure why I choked on that boss, because I've done it before, but maybe I needed to upgrade my weapons better. I think normally I keep my distance a little bit more and I fire from afar. On the freelancer side, you have to be approved in here. They're choosy, so you either need recommendations or they give you like a test or something. It's interesting. I'll have to check that out. I'm not really actively seeking freelancing stuff, like short-term type projects. But every now and then I'll pick something up, and it would be nice to be able to kind of pick and choose, or just have something that I could go into and pick up some work if I needed it. A certain number of published credits and evaluate your resume. Gosh, okay, that is pretty hardcore. Verifiable credits. Whoa, really? Nick Mamet has got into a fight with him. Hasn't Nick Mamet has gotten into a fight with pretty much everyone? I say that lovingly. Okay, so you're on Readsy. Interesting. Amazon or Google Play. Wow. Okay. I mean, that's probably nice from the perspective of hiring an editor. If you know that people have kind of, they've got their credits. Where? Oh my gosh, I thought my ship was gone. I was like, where did I park? Somebody jacked my ride. Okay, that would be awful if someone could just steal your vehicle. It's bad enough when you get stuck without it. Some of your stuff is Kickstarter and they don't get Amazon links. Now, if since Goodreads owns Amazon, if it has a link on Goodreads, does that count? Werewolf harem porn writers. Huh. I mean, if it was like Yeti porn, then I'd be on board for that. Ow! There's not enough Yeti porn in the world. I guess I need to be the change I want to see, huh? I don't know how people keep up with the pace of writing those things. Like, I have just discovered that I am really not. I mean, I'm very deadline driven, but I actually really hate deadlines. I mean, I'd never get anything done if I didn't have deadlines, of course, but... Oops. Okay, you get catapulted out when you do that. I just wanted to see how many weapons I had. Huh. A Were-Tiger Super Spy Paranormal Romance. Okay, it's down. Use that weapon. Okay. Right. So his eyeballs are terrible. I'm gonna go up this time. Maybe this is a mistake. Maybe I should just avoid these things because I can't kill them all. That's for sure. Ow. But this room is useless. I don't want to go in there. Really need some power-ups. Talk about a niche genre. Were-Tigers are pretty cool. Bendy. Yeah. I believe it that well. See, I lost my power up. It's annoying. Let's go up. Oh, right. I can't do that, so I'm gonna go left. Reverse harem stuff. So basically like anime. Wow, they're terrible. Yikes. I never saw that movie. Yeah, I know someone who knocks out those books once a month. He's like, oh no, I have no power. I'm gonna die again when I go in there. This is terrible. As far as I know, there's no like safe place to stand. This isn't gonna go well. Definitely easier if I could shoot from far away. I probably should have gone to some other doors or something to upgrade my weapons. That's the problem here. My fault. I was just trying to shortcut to the boss. Now I'm paying for my folly. Okay. Give me that. Thank you. Yeah, right. It's just a lot of writing to do. Yeah, I like that this ship recharges you. Alright, so now I can shoot those blocks. Say. Yeah. Yikes. That took a lot out. Oh my gosh. Wow, that took a lot of health out away from my ship. I forgot I had a charge weapon. I mean, people love that stuff, and they just read so fast, and they just need a constant, like, stream of it. And if all you really want is to be read, then wow, that's really bad aim. Actually, you can't aim that thing, as far as I know. Oh, get out of there! Oh my God, no! Oh. It's almost a Metal Storm-worthy explosion. Not doing great here. The third novel this year. Yeah. I think I've just lost my drive a little bit to constantly write. Like, oof, oh no, oh man. If I really wanted to, I don't know, make a career of it alone, then maybe I would be writing more. I think I'm actually going to the top, no? Let's just see. I think I'm going to the top. Let's see. Could be wrong about that. Maybe that's where I already came from. That's where I already did. I think I'm going back this way. I did have one of the best writing work ethics, I think. Yeah, streaming, you know, it's definitely, I think it's just that, I got so busy. Oh, what the heck? Wow. Oh my gosh. Nope, 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 nope. Ah, man. It's just so much of my time is taken up with the kid and then work and everything that, you know, I wanted to have some more free time for myself. Oh, here we go. For myself. Area 1. Did I go the wrong way? I think I did, but I'm going to recharge here. Totally went the wrong way. Alright, let's go back down there. I went the wrong way. But yeah, I mean, I get the writing done when I have to. So I have a good writing ethic for like a month or 3 months at a time, and then back to gaming. Ideally, at some point, I won't have to work, and I can have a better balance of everything. Okay, this is where I'm supposed to go. I think. Where I'm supposed to go to like recharge. It's over here. That's where I just came from. Okay, go up. Oops. Tricky because I don't remember where I'm supposed to go. This is right there. Where it just came from? Okay, I think I need to go up here. Again, I feel like this is where I've come from before. Alright, now it's the time when I'm lost again. Lost. And about to die. Yeah, I've already been through here. There's gotta be an entrance though. I can only get through with this power up. Let's just go all the way up, I guess. It's not that. It's over here. Nope. Alright, I am lost. Yeah. Yeah. Can't be one of those dudes with a massive midlist catalog and look for royalties. Huh. I don't know if we want to see another Piers Anthony. I guess we still have Piers Anthony, but yeah, I know what you mean. Oh, no, no. Is that my last continue? Maybe that'll make it easier to find my way through here. Whoopsie. there. There we go. Yes. 3. Alright. Yeah, that's the tricky thing. Getting it turned around in here. Alright, it's 12 o'clock. Friend Kyle and Piers Anthony are bros. That's cool. What? Never read one of his books. Oh, Kyle the photographer? Interesting. Alright, clearly I'm not going to finish this tonight, because I don't think I can't stay up too late tonight. I have to try to get up early and write, actually, so... see how long I can stream. Ponytail vegan distance runners. Remember that cool story about Piers Anthony and like the kid who ran away to go live with Piers Anthony? That was really, really neat. And for all the squicky things in his fiction, you know, now I had been a fan of his writing when I was younger. I actually don't remember where I'm supposed to go in here. But this, I think, is maybe the area where I do need to level up my weapons. So I need to actually collect a bunch of stuff. So the furthest I've gotten in this is to Area 4. I have a lot of trouble, I think, with the Area 3 boss. Oh wow, that thing's not dying. Oh, Jenny? Yeah, that was neat too. Letters from Jenny. I think I read their letters, but I remember him talking about her a lot. I did read a ton of Piers Anthony's books when I was younger, and I still have most of them. So this is one of the things I need to go into. What? That's not helpful. Through the mid-90s. Tricky thing is I need to keep these power-ups as long as possible, but I may not make it until I could critically engage with the world, which was like, no. Oh, it's so weird that when you press pause, that these things reset. So weird. Weird and kind of annoying. Yeah, I need to hold on to that power up until the end, or I'm doomed. That boss, though, I don't remember how to fight it, so I'm probably not going to do very well if I even get up to it again. If there's anything up there. Yikes, come on. What's gonna happen is I'm gonna game over, and then I'm gonna want to play all the way up to this point again. Ah! And limited continues. No passwords. A little bit rough. Entrance or something down there that I need to get to, but I'm probably just gonna go through here. This looks familiar though, so I think I'm on the right track. Yikes. No, kill me, no, Is this it? Such weird weapons. Do not get hit. If you lose your weapon, you're in trouble. Nice. is. Dang it. Yeah, I'm in trouble now. In here. This is what I need. Is the boss even in here? Or is this just for power-ups? Unfortunately, I have a powerful gun that cannot hit anything. I'm not even sure if the boss is in these sections or not. Just an area to get upgraded, and hopefully I won't die. Or maybe I think it's just up here, maybe. Get a map for this stage. Draw a map. Oh, this travels through walls? That's extremely helpful. I like that the power-ups don't disappear, like, after a time limit. Oh no, this isn't where I want to be. Okay, that's not right. How do I get out of here? Where's the boss? There yet. I think it's down here. Is that right? Yes. Okay, maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. Where am I? Circle or something. Very frustrating. Shoot this thing. See, that's really annoying. Should have just avoided them all. This looks familiar. Ow, come on. Darn it. Oh, great. I think the boss is in here and I'm probably about to die. Oh, come on. I might be able to get some more upgrades in here. This definitely looks familiar though. disappear. That's unfortunate. Alright, let's see how we do here. This boss is really tricky. It's like, oh, this thing. Things are gonna wake up. Beat this thing. I think I beat this thing like once. Still going well. Oh no. How to do this. Nope. Ugh. Bombs seem to be working better. Bombs. This is a very interesting boss fight, yes. Okay. Ow. Sort of need to remember where these things show up. Grenades seem to be the way to go, though. Maybe I've been using the wrong weapons this whole time. Oh no! Okay. The grenades are the way to do that thing, though. Alright, I've got one more continue. Alright. Alright, so grenades. Grenades are the way to go. So that means I don't really need to power up, except for... I don't really need to power up. Unless your grenades power up too. I always thought I needed just more powerful weapons for that section, but it's actually the grenades that are going to do it. And then I need to kind of move fast and remember the patterns. It's always patterns. Tricky thing is, can I find my way again in here? See ya, Mike. Thanks for hanging out. Good chat. And good luck with all the stuff. Reedsy. was going to make it. Careless here. seem better off with less power upgrade, because you can actually tell where you're shooting and actually do it rapid fire, as opposed to you've got those power upgrades and your shots are going all over the place. So that's interesting. Alright, let's see if we can do this with just the bombs. Oh, so we can get some upgrades in here. Alright, so that actually makes this level a lot easier than I thought, because I really thought I needed to grind a little bit to increase my weapon power. And it turns out you don't really. Defeat this thing with just your missiles, or grenades, or whatever they're called. Great. These powerful guns are nice on the bosses, yeah. Yeah, and I think on this one, I think I can do it with the grenades if I'm fast enough and if I memorize where those bosses were. Oh no, jeez. I really hate that when you pause, it resets the whole screen. What is that? It's almost like, what game was I playing that was doing that? Not Mappy. Oh, it was, Metal Gear. When I was pausing, it would reset the whole freaking thing. Which was really not good. I think in this particular case I can take some shots at the boss from afar maybe, but the grenade is going to be the way to do it. Yeah, less frustrating to do without any gun upgrades, because then you can just kind of get through the stages and skip a whole sections of it. Alright, here we go. There's a thing right here. Don't let it. Oh my gosh, what are you doing? You're just getting slaughtered, dude. Oh, okay, that was poorly done. I need to get away from them. Oh, I've got one shot left. Okay, here we go. Shoot at you, some of them don't. This isn't good. Oh, so close. Okay. That's the strategy, though. Oh, I've got another continue. How many continues do I have? All right, I'm gonna stick with it until I'm running out of continues. This is probably my last one, right? All right. That's good though. This will make my next playthrough better, because I think now I have a better strategy for 4. Because I was really dreading that boss and thinking of all the work I had to do to upgrade. To realize which ones of those I need to dodge and just take my time really with those things. Some of them you can take out right away, and some of them you need to like dodge dodge them because they've got like freaking lasers. It's nice to get to know your way through the stage. Shit. Oh, crap. I should write this down. Okay. This thing's gonna jump. Those things don't remotely look like bats, but they remind me of bats. Like NES bats. This is the way they swoop around, maybe? Oh no. Can't get that. Well, yeah. There are a lot of other bat type creatures in this game. This one. Hey Renaissance, how you doing? What were you playing tonight? I started out with Michael Andretti's World GP and it was really terrible. So I switched over to Blaster Master. And I think I'm on my last continue and my next to last life. And I think I've only just figured out how to beat this boss more consistently. So, Michael Andretti'S. Oh, Zelda. Okay, cool. Yeah, still trying to beat this game. But after this, unfortunately, after I lose my last continue, I will have to retire for the evening. Because it's already pretty late. But I will definitely stream it again if I can. Still learning this game. I have to look into Zelda Alphanumeric at some point. You still need to check out Streamers Renaissance. Seeing Hungry play through Bionic Commando the other day reminded me of that. So yes, I cannot recommend that racing game. Next week, I will be playing Mickey's Mousecapade. Just a little bit more my speed. Ooh, you owned and beat Mickey Mousecapade. Very nice. I haven't really played it, so I'm kind of looking forward to it. I've heard mixed things about it. It looks interesting. I like platformers. You know, you'd be surprised what comes back to you when you're playing these games. And also what you've forgotten. Hard and unfair, and you beat it anyway. Yeah, maybe we'll see next week. It does look tricky from what I've seen of it. And a lot of hard and unfair games we still beat because we had nothing else to play. Alright, let's do this. I think I came close on that last one. You love Mickey Mousecapade? Nice. And Mickey's Mousecapade, and then I think Milon's Secret Castle is coming up pretty soon. Which I've only seen Renaissance play. So I don't know how I don't think I'm going to do very well. I know that's a very difficult game. Oh no, that's the game you got instead of Zelda 2. That's funny. Wait, oh, there it is. Is this thing gonna give me a... No, none of them gave me gun upgrades. maybe I should keep my distance, use the gun at the beginning if I have enough of and then like zero in with the missiles. I don't know. Let's see. This one I can take out pretty fast. Shoots lasers. Oh no! Oh, come on! Oh, darn it! Oh man, I was so close. Hey, sir, HC man. It's almost the end of my stream. It's my last life, my last continue, I think. So I don't know if I'm gonna make it. This is not the end boss. This is just level Area 4 boss, which is about as far as I've gotten. Beaten this thing like once. I've done a little bit in Area 4, but not much. But my strategy, I finally have a decent strategy for this thing. I just failed in my last attempt at executing it. Oh, crap. We're almost there. Oh no! Oh, crap. Okay. And that was the end. Alright, I'm almost there. Dang it. Alright, I think next time I'll be able to do that. Gosh, that was rough. Okay. Anyway. Yeah, so close. I think that's a pretty decent strategy though. If I have the power-ups, keep your distance, use the grenades when you're close. Yeah, I just need to execute that a little bit better, but at least I have a good strategy for that. So I've gotten into Area 4. I know I have to go back to the beginning and then fly up, and so I haven't gotten through Area 4 yet, but that's my next section there. Thank you, sir. Unfortunately, I have to go to bed now because it's almost 1. So I'm gonna try this again some more. Don't know if it'll be on stream or not, but I have a renewed interest in finishing this when I can. But yeah, thanks for dropping in, folks. You're gonna make pasta. That's a heavy meal to have just before you go to sleep. But yeah, see you if I don't stream again before Wednesday, see you guys next week for Mickey's Mousecapade, which apparently some of you are excited about. Yeah, have a good rest of the week and a good weekend. I will definitely not be around this weekend. And yeah, I've got some stuff to work on, so I don't know how much I'll be playing video games, but we'll see. Anyway, yes, Mickey next week. Next week, I think. It should be in the description, but I think it's next week. Yeah, and I'll do it at 10 if you're streaming and you want me to start a little bit later so you can watch some of that Renaissance. I'm happy to. Should be able to stream a little bit later. Cool. Yeah, next week's gonna be interesting because my son's starting his new school, and my whole schedule is gonna change around, and he has to be up earlier. But that means I also need to be up earlier. But it also means that hopefully he'll go to bed earlier. So if that's the case, then I might actually be able to have like earlier streams on weeknights, which would be nice when I have the time to stream. Yeah, the story of this game is very weird. I mean, the Japanese version is different, and then this was sort of the American, like the localization of it. So, anyway, cool game. Well, I feel like I made some progress, even though I didn't get any farther than I did before. I have a better grasp of what I'm doing, and I really needed a refresher because I was like very rusty since I hadn't played this in like a couple months, I think. So anyway, why does he chase after his irradiated frog? Because it's his pet, his beloved pet. Would you not chase after your beloved pet? Why is there a car in a suit just underneath his house? Yeah, there's a lot of. I mean, they're pretty cutscenes though, right? Yeah, it's all very strange. Check out Hardcore Gaming or the Cutting Room Floor, because they have a comparison with the Japanese version of this, which has a very different story. Like Sophia the Third is the name of the planet, not the ship, but in the American version, it's the name of the ship. So it's very strange. Anyway, thank you so much for hanging out. It was a lot of fun, except for the part where I was racing in a boring game. It's a beautiful story. The beautiful story of a boy and his beloved frog. All right. Take care. Good night, everyone. I will catch you later. Bye-bye.